We all heard about the blockbuster deal this summer to send Kyrie Irving to the Boston Celtics. And in the first game of the season, we got to see Kyrie Irving match up against LeBron James and his former team, the Cleveland Cavaliers. While the Cavaliers would walk away with the win on this night, the relationship between Kyrie Irving and LeBron James doesn't just start on the court, but off the court as well. And before the game, LeBron James had some interesting thoughts on Kyrie.
What happened today when he was asked about his relationship with his now former teammate Kyrie Irving? Well,
try to do whatever I could do to help the kid out, be the best player he can be. And I wish the kid great health, and the kid wanted to do what was best for his, for his career. You know, I try to do whatever I could, just try to help the kid be as great as he could be, or as great as he wanted to be, and and that's it.
We all know that Kyrie is hearing that, and at best he's rolling his eyes.
But why would Kyrie be rolling his eyes at LeBron saying that? Is there a reason behind LeBron James calling Kyrie a kid, or is this nothing? This video seeks to answer that question. But in order to do that, we must take a look back at the relationship between Kyrie Irving and LeBron James.
Oh, and a tough shot. They can't handle him. They cannot handle him.
Dances down the lane with the left hand lay in. Good.
Are you serious? How good is Kyrie Irving? Give me a break.
The number one pick in the 2011 NBA draft belongs to the Cleveland Cavaliers.
You know, if I'm blessed enough for Cleveland Cavaliers to pick me, I'm going to be ecstatic.
And of course, we all know the Cavaliers would pick Irving with the first overall pick, regardless of the fact that he had only played 11 college games. But he would prove he was worth the pick, as he would record 18 points and 5 assists on his way to win Rookie of the Year honors. But his big coming out party would be at the All-Star game in Orlando, where Irving would play against other rookies and sophomore players at the time in the BBVA Rising Stars game, where he would take home MVP honors with 34 points and 9 assists, while shooting 8 of 8 from 3, burning Brandon Knight for most of those points. Keep this in mind as the two players would meet almost exactly a year later. Rookie Kyrie Irving had gained so much confidence and impressed so many people this year that he was one of the only rookies that year to be selected to the USA Men's Basketball Select Squad in 2012. While a long shot for a rookie Kyrie Irving to make the 2012 Men's Basketball Olympic team, this moment would heavily impact Irving's career, as he would gain the balls to challenge his favorite player, the 5-time champion Kobe Bryant, to a one-on-one game.
Yes, this is not a high school kid coming to you. Kobe, oh my God, no. This is me coming to talk to you one-on-one. A year from now, next summer. Okay. Heard it. You think you're talking to a high school kid?
You just came out of high school, kid. You played 2 games. You played 2 games in college.
Some people need 30 games and some people need 11.
You are high school. You just graduated. Man, what are you talking about? You understand? That's just how it is. I give him credit for his confidence. It's 50 grand in my charity. Greatly appreciate it. Hey, easy money. Easy money. Easy money. It's easy.
You think y'all be playing a little bit? How else?
Y'all about the same time. Kyrie actually's got some talent, so I entertain that conversation. He can play a little bit for high school kids.
The important thing to take away from this conversation was Kobe Bryant calling Kyrie Irving a kid multiple times throughout. Well, because Kyrie Irving was a kid. A few months ago, he was practicing in the backyard with college kids that couldn't even dunk on an 8-foot rim. Now he's playing against some of the best in the world and thinking he could take on arguably the best one-on-one scorer in the game. You can already see why Kobe felt disrespected.
Too easy out here against these young bloods.
Let's say this game did happen. What would it look like? A rookie Kyrie Irving against the Hall of Famer Kobe Bryant one-on-one.
Well, you still a kid. You just graduated high school. Kobe, I played college. 2 games?
That don't count, Ricky. Let me get this straight. You played 2 games in college, and now you ready to challenge the Mamba? Let's go. Kobe doing work. fade. Too far back, Ricky. What you talking about? I'm right here. Where you at? How you want it this time? How about dirt? Versus magic?
Come on now. We all know the outcome. Let's look at Kyrie Irving's Uncle Drew character. A character completely made up by the rookie Kyrie Irving as he dresses up like an old man and goes to different pickup games at parks. This character and persona is the complete opposite of a kid, and Irving plays on this in his dialogue throughout the series.
For real.
Oh, just still. Push it. Push it on block. Watch your back.
I know I'm old, young blood, but you want to switch sneakers?
Too easy out here against these young bloods.
But what if this was actually Kobe's response to Kyrie Irving's alter ego? The first chapter of Uncle Drew was created May 18, 2012, and Kyrie Irving challenging Kobe occurred that same summer in 2012. A nickname, really? Why is this even relevant to the story? You're reaching, they say. But we all know how important nicknames are to NBA players. They define them. You remember players by their nicknames. You create personas with them. Don't believe me? Just ask the NBA storyteller.
Nicknames. I can't even tell you how important a nickname is to an athlete. It's like their lifeblood. It's the only thing that keeps them alive beyond what they actually do on the court. It's so important. But for the sheer importance of a nickname, we do not have an official or traditional way of going about this process. When it's done right, the name takes on a life of its own, and as unruly and as random as it seems, if a nickname sticks, it creates an entire industry that can lift you and carry you through the ages. Okay, all that was to just get you thinking about one guy, Kobe, the Mamba Bryant. When Kobe Bryant introduced us to the Mamba, because he did.
Well, it was always there.
It was always there. It just identified.
Let's put a name to it.
Nicknames are so much more. They can be an alternate persona. You can lose yourself in. You can go into this dark place called a nickname to do the bad things you need to do. You know what? We all fell for it. You just said, sure, man, yeah. You just gave yourself a nickname, and you want to build a whole shoe line from it and a goddamn logo? Okay. It's all character building. And Kobe is in a rare situation where he just went ahead and built his own. He built everything about the way we see him. I believe there's not much about him that he did, said, or pretended to do out on a basketball court or around a court that wasn't part of his character crafting. Because if it works for him, as we've seen, it'll work for you.
Back to the story. Almost exactly a year later, Kyrie Irving would play in the BBVA Rising Stars Challenge in Houston, where he would go off on none other than, yeah, you guessed it, Brandon Knight. Every year we saw Kyrie Irving developing into that Uncle Drew character in his commercial, a wise leader on an up-and-coming team. That is, until LeBron James returned to Cleveland. While LeBron James' return to Cleveland would help the Cavaliers earn 3 straight trips to the finals, it wasn't all peaches and creams for the Cavaliers in the beginning. As we would see on opening night against the Knicks, as the new-look Cavs would fall at home to Carmelo Anthony, despite having a 12-point lead throughout the game, as this was just the beginning of the friction between Kyrie Irving and LeBron James. But this would be water under the bridge, as we all know they would ease their way to 3 straight finals appearances in Irving's defining moment as an NBA player in the Game 7 of the 2016 NBA Finals.
That boy Kyrie, the truth. You the truth, kid. Keep going, man. And I know every single one of y'all watched that finals. Y'all saw what this guy is capable of doing. And he's only 24. Oh my goodness. He's only 24. He'll reach his prime for another 3 years. Thank you, Kyrie.
If we continue to be with one another and keep utilizing one another, man. So the sky is the limit.
From a kid that just challenged Kobe one-on-one to an NBA champion hitting the biggest shot in NBA history, Kyrie Irving had developed into that character he always wanted to be, the man he always wanted to be. But still, he was second in Cleveland thanks to LeBron James. Just a sidekick to a king. But is that what he really wanted to be? Let's go back just before Kyrie Irving would request a trade from the Cavaliers. A loss in the 2017 NBA Finals would hurt the Cavaliers, but not as much as the friction between Kyrie Irving and LeBron James. As many reports leaked that Kyrie Irving told Dave Miniman of ESPN.com that he had spoken to future Hall of Famer Kobe Bryant about avoiding the sort of feud with LeBron James that Kobe Bryant experienced with Shaquille O'Neal when the pair played with the Los Angeles Lakers. There's that man again, Kobe Bryant. Of course, Irving would go to his favorite player for advice. But what exactly would they talk about? Did Kobe Bryant tell Kyrie Irving to ask for a trade from LeBron James? That may seem like a stretch, but just 2 months later, after these reports, the world would get the news of the Kyrie Irving trade request. Kyrie Irving and Kobe Bryant might have talked about his future in Cleveland, or maybe they just talked about his signature shoe, which was a collaboration between the two players scheduled to be released in August. But much of this is just speculation. But there is many signs that point to why this may be the case, especially the timeline for which the trade was demanded. LeBron's response to the news was that of much shock, as LeBron had planned on passing the keys to Cleveland to Irving when he had retired. But how much longer would that have been? 5 years? 10? Maybe? How much longer would LeBron no longer be seen as the best player on the Cavaliers? In many people's eyes, never. Kyrie Irving didn't want to be under LeBron's wing for the rest of his career. He wanted to show the world that he was his own man. Which leads us back to the kid comment. LeBron remembers that extreme confidence as a rookie. He remembers Kyrie Irving's encounter with Kobe. Hell, he was there. He remembers when he first made that Uncle Drew character and how Irving wanted to be seen as a man, not a kid. So he mocked his persona, mocking the character Kyrie developed by calling him a kid, that Kobe had called him those many years ago, showing that he hadn't changed from that kid who had challenged a legend to a game of one-on-one. Going to the Boston Celtics, he is challenging yet another one. The king. But what do you think is the real reason LeBron James calls Kyrie Irving a kid? Leave your thoughts in the comments section below. But until then, it's been your boy, Johnny Walker LA, and I'm out. Bow.
Are you going to leave us like LeBron left us?
It's a great question. No, I won't leave. I'm not leaving. How can I leave you guys?